Think of a number between 2 and 6.
Okay.
I got it.
All right, what's the number?
That's great.
Okay.
I got it.
All right, what's the number?
4.
All right, add 3.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
7.
It's the number of targets I'm beating you by this week.
Who's the best shooter in the world?
Mike Wilkins.
I wanted 20,000.
That'd have been serious right there, huh?
Good shooting, buddy. Thank you. Great, man.
Previously on the PSCA Pro Tour, the first 3 events are in the books, and the tour crowned 3 different champions: Brandon Powell, Doug Vine, and David Radulovich. But as the tour cruises into San Antonio for its final stop, all eyes turn towards the season points race and the weather radar. Severe storms threaten to cut the champion of champions from the top 8 to the top 4, and that means shooters on the brink of qualifying have a whole new issue to worry about. Welcome to the PSCA Tour. I'm Lisa Hillary. We are at the National Shooting Complex in San Antonio for 2 events. First, it's the final regular season tour stop, and then immediately after that, we'll have our champion of champions. What was supposed to be a pretty straightforward schedule for the 2 events has been turned upside down by Hurricane Patricia. Heavy rains have canceled some events, postponed others, and moved some to different fields. Event 4 will continue on as planned, but there are changes to the Champion of Champions. Instead of taking the top 8 men and top 4 women, that will be cut in half on both sides.
The way that the week is shaken out right now, our plan is to, based on the weather, obviously, we would take the top 8 guys would get paid in champions, and only the top 4 would actually shoot off for the tour champion. I mean, right now we really don't know how it's going to shake out. With only 4 guys going, those guys are right on the bubble. If they win, it depends on how the other guys finish and how the rankings come out. These guys know that there are 4 tour stops and they're going to use their best 3. So unfortunately for me, these guys, they don't know how everybody else is going to do in event 4 and whether or not that'll be the score that they actually use. So there's a lot of calculations going on behind the scenes, and it'll really be interesting to see how the week plays out.
So let's take a look at the current standings for Champion of Champions and see who might be safely in and who still needs work to make it. Kevin DeMichael sits on top, followed by David Radulovich. Those 2 should make the shoot-off, even with it going from the top 8 to the top 4. But after that is where it's going to get interesting. Gavin Miles, Derek Mine, Theo Ribbs, Mike Wilgus, and Doug Vine are all in the next group, all with a chance to climb into the top 4 with a good event 4 performance. And then you have Brad Kidd hanging on to that 8th spot. So if he wants to move up 4 spots, he'll need a strong showing and some help from the guys in front of him. On the women's side, it's Desi and then the rest. But who will finish second? It's really anyone's game, as Candace Fowler, Jenny Clark, Michelle Miles, Haley Dunn, Alex Wampler, Deanne Massey, Grace Callahan, and Tina Jewell all have a chance, some better than others, at climbing into that number 2 spot. Remember, we take the 3 best finishes out of 4 events to determine the Champion of Champions. So let's get started with the action from event 4. To get caught up, we've got matches going on at 2 fields and quite a crowd of shooters watching how other guys perform and trying to figure out if that will help or hurt their chances of making the Champion of Champions.
The only way for me to improve my score is to finish in the top 4. Okay. See what I'm saying? But because of the scores. So, it was complicated. He had it all laid out. The worst you can do and the best you can do.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
worst I can do is fifth.
So what do I need to do?
Well, you
Just
don't
win.
win.
Hey, you got about 12 points.
Yeah, win till you get to win.
One of the key matches to determine who will be in and who will be on the outside looking in is Mike Wilgus against Zach Keenenbaum. And we'll have that and much more for you when the PSCA Tour continues.
The PSCA Pro Tour is brought to you by Promatic Traps, your sport, our passion. White Flyer, world-class targets for world-class shooters. Krieghoff, legendary performance. Rancho Belas Rocas, home of the Naked Goat. Clay Shooting USA Magazine. Linear Controls, the National Sporting Clays Association, and by Fiocchi, 140 years of excellence.
Fiocchi USA, the official ammunition of the PSCA.
This segment of the PSCA Pro Tour is brought to you by Fiocchi.
You want us to shoot now?
Welcome back to San Antonio and the PSCA Tour. The early rounds of event number 4 were full of tension as shooters were not only trying to advance as far as they could, but were also keeping an eye on the season point standings. Some big names needed wins to be safe, while others were trying to make the quarterfinals for the first time this season. Mike Wilgus. Mike would be safely in the Champion of Champions shoot-off if he stayed at 8, but cutting it to 4 means Mike will either need to win or get help to stay in the running for Tour Champion. With 2 second-place finishes this year, Wilgus wants a win at Event 4, a win in the Champion of Champions, and the prize money that goes with it.
I wanted 20,000.
That'd have been serious right there, huh?
Good shooting, buddy.
Thank you.
Right, man.
Zach Kienbaum. Zach had a tough start to his PSCA season, but shot much better in Georgia at Event 3.
1 point for
He's
Zach.
out of the running for Champion of Champions, but that doesn't mean he's not a threat to win here in San Antonio. Near the end of their match, Zach holds a 79-70 lead.
I'm going to go 6-7.
6-7. He's going to stay on the 6-7.
Oh.
Up. You missed the 6. 0 points. 70 points. 79-70. 1 round left.
2-3.
2-3 for the win. 2-3 for the win. Oh. That's it. 5 points. Your winner this round, Zach Kienbaum.
A win for Zach keeps his Event 4 dreams alive, while the loss knocks Wilgus from Event 4 and keeps him right on the cut line for Champion of Champions.
Yeah.
Where was I?
In
I don't
front, in front, in front.
Really?
It's that lighting in that black rim.
And then on the second barrel, both of you chip the top off. That top edge.
Okay,
every
here
time.
we go.
I made it easy on you
job.
on that last pair, missing it.
So Zach moves on to face Derek Mine in the quarterfinals. Mine has been steadily improving this season, going from a first-round loss at Event 1 to the quarterfinals at Event 2 to the semifinals at Event 3. Meet Derek Mine.
I grew up on a small farm in southeast Kansas, just outside of the very booming metropolis of Walnut, Kansas. I think there's all of like 250 people there now. We got a smaller farm, about 1,000 acres, family-owned, several generations. My dad wanted to start shooting, grew up hunting his whole life, and he started in summer of '94, and I was 8 at the time, I think, and I just wanted to be like him. So I tagged along. And
Mine joined the NSCA in 1995 and hasn't missed a nationals since.
It doesn't matter what I've done. I've always wanted to be the best at it. That's just my personality, and it's always nice to be able to go back to your buddies and razz them that you beat them. That's my drive, is to be the best at whatever I'm doing.
While Mine takes competing very seriously, he also sees the benefit of friendships when on tour.
I don't think there's a better group of people, top to bottom, any other sport that I've been involved in, whether it be baseball, basketball, shooting, hunting, fishing, anything like that. There's no group better than the group we have shooting sporting clays. I've never seen, watching other sports on TV, you never see guys that really root for other people like they do in this sport.
You didn't have to do that.
I know. Zach, 6 points.
And that's really almost humbling when you've got a guy that you're neck and neck with and he's there rooting you on.
Mine has a long list of accomplishments, but one stands out above all the rest.
Top of it is definitely winning the Not Al Sheba Desert competition this year. That was really what I would call my first major championship. I'd won several other big tournaments, but never where you had the best of the best there. And to go in and do that was just, that was an incredible experience for me. Definitely what I would consider my best accomplishment.
Derek has the support of his wife Diana while on tour, and on this particular day, Derek had some great news he couldn't wait to share with us.
We found out not too long ago we've got a baby on the way, going to be with us sometime around the first part of May, and we're really looking forward to the addition to our family.
And whether it's a boy or a girl, Derek is hoping that shooting clays becomes a part of their life too.
You know, I grew up in this sport, and I think it's made me the person I am today. And you know, I think it really helps. I've seen a lot of kids growing up with me, and all of them grew up with the same experiences, and it made them great people. And I would love to have that for my child.
Why do the pros think you should start shooting sporting clays?
I encourage people to go out and shoot sporting clays, not just competitively, but recreationally too, because it makes a better gun pointer. If you can shoot sporting clays, you can shoot anything.
I encourage someone to shoot sporting clays if they have a competitive drive, want to meet new friends, and have some fun.
If you're an avid hunter, or even if you're not, and you enjoy being outdoors and you like shotguns, smell of gunpowder, go out there and give it a try. I bet you love it.
The best way to get started in sporting clays is to go to mynsca.com and go out and have some fun.
This segment of the PSCA Pro Tour is brought to you by Promatic Traps.
Welcome back to the PSCA Tour. It takes a lot of work to put on an event like this national championship, especially with the amount of rain that fell in the San Antonio area.
This annual event, this is our 27th year. The first one was held up in Minnesota Horse and Hunt, and we've held it here at headquarters ever since then. Annually, everyone comes down in September, and now we've moved it to late October over the last few years to try to get a little bit nicer weather here. Unfortunately, this week you can't tell, but normally in San Antonio this is a gorgeous time of the year, and attendance has been up. And what we try to do is make this the Super Bowl, the World Series, the NBA championship of sporting clays. And we have, this year we have over 2,000 people from all over the United States, 49 states, 5 or 6 countries that make this their end of the season fun trip to come see their friends, shoot with the best, see the best, and have a good time.
Continuing with event 4, first round action, we have Brad Kidd up against Kevin DeMichael. Now, Kevin is probably safely into the Champion of Champions, win or lose, but Brad definitely needs some work to get in. A win here over Kevin would go a long way towards a top 8 or possibly a top 4 finish, but knocking off DeMichael will be no easy task. Mason, Georgia's Kevin DeMichael started shooting back in 1997. While competition fuels him, DeMichael has a full-time job that requires plenty of attention. Thankfully, he has help.
I do interior carpentry work, so crown molding, hang doors, that sort of thing. So I'm pretty much my own boss, and I have a business partner that covers for me while I'm gone. And you know, I owe him the world. I'm off a lot more than he is. He's a good guy, and you know, he helps me be able to come to a lot of these tournaments.
A strong business partnership coupled with a strong marriage, and Kevin DeMichael is the luckiest man in the world.
That's another thing. My wife is probably, I couldn't have married a better woman. She lets me do what I want. I hear about it very seldom. She, maybe more for my little girl. I've got one 9-year-old little girl, and you know, where are you going this weekend, Daddy? And I was like, well, we got a little shoot, you know. But yeah, they mean the world to me, and you know, they don't ride me too bad.
Through the first 3 events of the tour, DeMichael has been consistently one of the best shooters. He credits his preparation.
Well, number one, you know, you got to believe in yourself when you're shooting, and just try to block everything out. If you can get a clear mind when you step in the box and not worry about, hey, Mike Willis is in the next box, you know, he probably not going to miss his bird. You know, clear mind and try to hide your nerves as much as possible. They get in the way sometimes, but if you can calm your nerves and your mind down and just focus on the bird and do the best you can do, and that's what I've been focusing on all year.
DeMichael, like many of his fellow shooters, would be honored to have his accomplishments showcased in the Hall of Fame by a plaque on the wall.
Absolutely, everybody does. I mean, this is something you can hang your hat on and look back, when you're older and say, this is what I accomplished, and it would be a great feat to accomplish that. It's a big deal.
DeMichael admits that no matter which tour stop you're at, there just might be a shooter you've never heard of. And with one good round, all of a sudden, people are taking notice.
That's what brings the new guy into the whole scene. When somebody beats a top guy and then all of a sudden he gets a little recognition, and next thing you know, he's one of the guys getting the sponsorship and this, that, and the other, and that's how the sport grows and grows. But you got to smile when somebody, maybe you've never heard of, beats you. You got to be like, well, good job, man.
Kid and DeMichael matched each other almost shot for much of the match. This would come down to the final pair, and with Kid holding a 99-95 lead.
99-95. 3-7 for Brad. Oh. Hit. 3 points. Gives you an opening. All right, 2-6. 2-6. Oh. Hit. Oh, heartbreaker. 2 points.
Good job.
102.97. Brad Kidd advances. Give these guys a hand. Come on. Give them a hand. Come on. Good shooting.
Man, losing's fun. All right.
When I called that 3-7, I wanted to call that 2.
Come see us under the lights tomorrow
but
night.
I'm like, nah, I got to get all the points I can get. Kevin's gonna,
Right. Yeah. I was going to follow you till you called 3, and I was like, I might miss it. But,
yeah. God almighty.
Yeah, that was good. That was fun.
Woo, good shooting, guys.
No, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
Good job.
It was good.
Good job. I think you and I are shooting next.
Nice, man. Awesome.
So,
awesome.
Tomorrow. 5,
yeah. Awesome.
Brad Kidd moves on to face Gavin Miles in the Event 4 quarterfinals, and he keeps his Champion of Champions hopes alive for another day. As for Kevin DeMichael, he's out of Event 4 but in the hunt for the overall Tour Championship. He has a night to unwind and relax before hitting the stadium with the lights on and one final chance at glory. When we come back, how exactly do some of the top shooters spend their downtime? We're going to show you. You're watching the PSCA Tour.
This week's Pro Shooter Profile, brought to you by Fiocchi.
David Radulovich, the Columbian Station, Ohio native, won the 2009 U.S. Open Championship at age 16. He is a 10-time World Junior Champion and a 7-time member of Team USA Sporting. In 2014, David finished the PSCA season 3rd on the money list.
Started playing golf in first year of high school on a team, and have played all the way through now. I really like it. It's kind of, mentally it's the same, but I like the level of competition, and it's cool to follow the players. Pre-match ritual is it's pretty simple, really. I really focus on hydration, so I drink a lot of water. I drink 2 shooter fuels. Other than that, get a certain amount of sleep. Basically, if you take my pre-match ritual from the day of, I make sure I have enough time to do everything, so everything's real relaxed. I don't like to get amped up, so therefore I don't want to be rushing through anything.
So you don't drink amp?
No, definitely don't drink amp. That's no good. That'll really ruin the day for you.
Fiocchi USA, the official ammunition of the PSCA. Why do the pros think you should join the NSCA?
I joined the NSCA because I knew I wanted to take my recreational shooting to the next level.
Being a member of the NSCA has made me a better shooter because it provides an arena for us to compete.
The best part about being an NSCA member is shooting with all my friends.
The best part of being an NSCA member is the people you meet all around the country.
I think the best way to get started shooting sporting clays is going to mynsca.com, finding your local gun club and instructor, ask a friend for a gun, and go out and have some fun.
The PSCA Pro Tour is brought to you by Abel's Ammo. We shoot all we can and sell the rest. Chamberview, see safety fast. Blaser, trigger your passion. RE Ranger, professional shooting eyewear. Zoli, world-class guns. Trident Power, a new kind of energy company. Yan2 Outdoors, and by Fiocchi, 140 years of excellence. This segment of the PSCA Pro Tour is brought to you by the NSCA.
Domination is about to take place. Let's go get warm, boys. This is a shooting show. What you're about to find out is not only are we professional shooters, we're professional cornholers.
By that, we are not professional cornholers at all.
All right, you go down there.
Bam!
Okay, that's the first time he's done that all night.
Dream team captain, baby.
Dang it.
Play, it's not gonna hurt my feelings.
Game over.
Game over. We are the champions.
They cheated. All right, anybody
If I recall, Willie, you were the one that threw down on a throw.
Yeah. That's how it's done.
After a tension-filled day spent not only trying to win matches, but trying to calculate season-ending point standings, a handful of the shooters spent their night together watching TV, cracking jokes, and resting before the season's final day of action. And the group played one of their favorite games, shooter charades.
Make a break, shoot off. I'd like a 1-7. Sir, the target's the other way. 1-7. Bull. Just smoke balls. Who is that?
Richard Patty.
Have you ever seen
Have you ever seen Richard
Who am I
dance?
now?
No.
He's totally backwards.
He is. Totally back.
Watch.
No.
Who's this right here? This is a gift. Bull.
That's That's me.
Stare at the witches.
Look him out.
Visualize.
He's not even looking at the target.
Hi, welcome to station full. Sir, I am not full.
Some good tension release for the guys there, and they would need it as the next day at the course would bring a new set of issues.
Everybody have a seat real quick and we're gonna get started. Last night we had talked about the top 8 would start at 5 o'clock. I need to talk to the 8 guys and the 2 gals. Not the 2 gals, but the 8 guys. We had talked about starting at 5 o'clock. I want to give you guys the option of what's going to happen tonight.
The weather once again forces changes to the event format, but it's not necessarily all bad.
It's exciting either way, so now I'm in it no matter what, so it's a good thing.
Next time on the PSCA Tour,
I know who shot. It's one of Anthony Matteris's students from, I think he's from New Jersey or Pennsylvania, but good shot. He's been coming on the last few years. In fact, I was talking to Anthony on the phone a week or 2 ago, and he'd just taken a lesson, and Ant said he was going to shoot well here, and he definitely is.
I understand things happen. It's just been crazy, uncontrollable weather, and so you got to be understanding in a situation like that. But it'd have been a difficult thing to swallow.
that'll do it this time for us on the PSCA Tour. Looking forward to seeing you next week. So long, everyone.